on today, Angie? I just read your comment on my other video. I'm gonna share something first before I speak. And the reason I'm sharing it this way is because I don't have Facebook and I can't share through that. And community posts, if there's a way to share them, I don't know how. I've tried to go live. It's not connecting properly. And oh well, I'm just not meant for the one-on-one interaction. That's it. May I try again later? Maybe, if it's guided. We'll see. I'm not going to get frustrated over something that's not working. If it's meant to be a video, it's meant to be a video. Me not care. Me not attached to it. Me not going to stress out. So I just got to grab, because I'm not the quickest. I had it, but then I went in to look at my comments. Excuse me for not being prepared to do the video. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share. It's 4 minutes, 44 seconds. And then I'll speak.
As you can see on the world stage right now, there is a collective lower aspect of every individual, or a majority of individuals right now, that is floating to the surface. Why do lower aspects float to the surface? Because they were catalyzed into doing so. They were activated. What would they be activated by? Higher aspects. Higher aspects being higher dimensional beings, higher selves, parallel selves, angel.
Excuse me.
Arcturians, Pleiadians, and the list goes on. So the higher frequency is always the catalyst. Think of the times when you went to a party and you had a powerful stance about you, and then someone gets nervous or like they're not being themselves. Your higher frequency is catalyzing that lower energy. Why? So that it can be uprooted. Why? So that it can be purged. Everyone who's running to the store right now, grabbing their stuff, these crazy lineups, right? It's a frenzy out there. These people, what you're seeing is trauma that's been built up for a long time that wasn't being addressed. So when this higher wave of energy rolls over humanity, what do people do? They act on their trauma. This is very important. What you want to do is maintain your composure. What you want to do is upgrade yourself. What you want to do is take heed of this wonderful, unprecedented opportunity. Those who have been doing the work will not be all bent out of shape, because they've been working with their lower aspects for a long time. So when things like that happen, it's no different than a thought that you have in meditation that's disturbing and you let it pass through. That's all it is. Because what it is you've stretched your mind to such a capacity where it can hold more light. People who are, I want to say, scrambling right now or flailing right now are people who haven't really created that space within their vibratory field to be able to hold many dimensions at the same time. Okay? We are 12-dimensional beings encased within this human body. Our DNA was degraded. Okay? And our job is to reactivate the DNA by recognizing that a lot of these lower aspects are agreements we made with reality, that were part of an illusion, that were part and parcel of a level of consciousness that we function from. We created an entire reality based on a level of consciousness, but we are not one level of consciousness. We have 12 dimensions of consciousness. You have an opportunity at this time. I'm speaking to all of humanity because this video is going to get out there. I've been working with the Arcturians for a week now. This video is going to get out there. You have an opportunity to quantum jump yourself. Quantum jump yourself into a different density of Earth. But only you can decide how you're going to respond to what's occurring right now. No one can do that for you. No one. This is why we have to keep up a meditation practice or be highly conscious at all times, because then you don't get hit with a baseball bat like this. Then you're able to anchor in and go, cool, now I'm going to hold space for everyone around me, for the entire world. Yes, and a lot of people are doing this, way showers, starseeds. I'm going to hold space for everyone, and I'm going to keep my cool. That's it. So if this message resonated, please share it. I already know it's going to get shared anyways. This stuff has to be shared. Love you guys.
You know what I like? You said it's not going to hit you with a baseball bat. That goes with my center field video. Choose to be center field. When I went out and did groceries today, which I would have done anyway, I only do, I get fresh stuff. That's how we roll. So we go every 2 or 3 days, or just whenever, right? But when I went out today, it was the busiest it's ever been. And me no like crowds. But I was ready for that. And we had fun. We made people smile. As I was getting a cart, there was a guy, older gentleman. He's probably my age, but he had a green scarf right on top of his coat. Very visible, very Irish, very Ireland. And I was like, dude, I love your scarf. And he was like, thanks, my brother got it for me from Ireland. And I was like, that's so cool. I got my 2 Ireland t-shirts, like, from my sister. And, you know, we weren't even in the store yet. And it was awesome. When we got into the store, I was like, wow. Just like, I asked to be guided to where the best prices were for us and for what I know that we need. I needed there to be red peppers and cucumbers at the bestest price for us. And, you know, we got other stuff. But when I walked in and just like overflowing of what just I was happy to be guided to the exact place where I needed to be in the moment. My other video that, you know, is before this one, you saw my reaction when I walked into the store. I couldn't hold it back. I wanted to share. Yes, I do understand that there are places that already are not stocked. But if you were listening and you're listening now to your higher self, your highest guidance, you're not in fear of that. I understand why it's happening. That goes with Phil's video. The more people around you that haven't done the inner work, that have never faced their traumas, that's why certain communities, certain places are going to have more lack than others. Also regions. I come from a small region. When I lived in Temagami, one road in, one road out. If there was a snowstorm and one accident, we could be cut off from the world for hours, and sometimes, you know, it even happened 24 hours at a time. So again, a lot of this is following your highest instinct of what you're supposed to do for you. And when we were in the store, there was nothing inside me that was saying, like, oh my gosh, I don't like crowds, I don't want to be here. It was like, I'm meant to be here. I waited my whole life for this. This is the crowd I'm meant to be with right now. And just smiling at everyone, letting people through. I'm in North Ontario. I've never been anywhere where I've seen anyone fighting for things. In fact, I've been in a store where there's like, not a pair of leggings for my daughter's size, where I say to the person like beside me, and we're both looking for a size 7. And we're laughing at the fact that if we both see a size 7, we'll offer it to each other instead of fighting over it. Like, that is how it is. As I was walking, at one point I came face to face with a man who did not have a smile on his face. So I did that thing where I scooted as if we were dancing and smiled so big that he didn't react at. And I'm not attached to him. I don't have to make him smile. But so I just kept going, doing my stuff. And when I turned around, he was right in front of me, and we were both going back into the directions we had come from. And you know what he did? He did the scoot. We was dancing in the middle of the store, and we don't even know each other. It was amazing. Going down and like up and down the aisles. I didn't even need stuff, but I was making sure to like spread the energy everywhere. And at one point we were in an aisle where this big trolley kind of ladder type of, I don't know what the word is for it, like this thing so that people can get high and put stuff really, really high, was there. And I looked at the guy and I was like, oh, I always wondered how you guys got stuff up there. You guys don't fly? And like the people that are working, they this is big days for them. And his face, just like, who says that to anyone, right? Just was like, everybody knows there's some sort of mechanism to help them. But just, it lightened up his day. When I got to the pasta aisle, that's where the most people were. And I was like, whoa, this is where the party is. And a woman looked at me and she's like, it's not a party, dear. And I was like, I don't get to see many people. This is a party for me. Where's the bells and whistles? And although she was in like utter fear, stocking up, in that moment, she was able to smile, and the energy exchange was there. When I got to the cash register, I kind of turned around and like signing the love, and and there's the 2 first people I've ever seen with masks on. And I looked at them and gave them the brightest smile and just kind of, and they were taken aback that they have what they're doing for themselves to wear their mask might not have been the reaction other people are giving them. So I was placed in that moment to give them the reaction that I felt. They're just as beautiful, and good for them if that's what they choose. It was awesome. At the end, when, I'm packing my groceries and another lady's beside me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in Toronto. I haven't seen this many people all together since I went to like the airport in Toronto. Kind of joking around, and she's like, man, I wouldn't want to be there right now. She's like, I actually work here, and I'm so glad I'm not working today. I feel so bad for my people. I was like, they're doing an awesome job. Like, seriously, like things are going really good, and we were just able to just be happy, just joke around. Yeah. Be the light you want to see in the world. Depending on where you're at, what your life path is, and what you've always known inside. Like, I'll speak for myself, but I have always known of these times. And I'm going to shout out Unified Masters, Cory when he said last night, like, it's not silly that people, are being cut off from supplies, or that they, certain things. It's not funny. It's not silly that people, like, the, that people are getting sick, or that somebody, you know what I mean? But to lighten up everything, like, I'm not good. I don't mean to, like, butcher what he said, but you have to be able to see the bird's eye view, and that, you know, you have to be able to see the bird's eye view. And the empathy and compassion that comes from us, the ones who already understand what it's like to do the inner work, to face the traumas, and to, you know, some of us have had a lot of years, and we still go through purges. We still go through low times. So, I've said it often, or to think that other people, imagine what it's like to not have been given the chance to work on yourself. That you didn't get those nudges, or you got them but you avoided them, like, and then all at the same time. I know I've made a lot of different videos in the last X amount of time. I don't know. There's no word for the time frame anymore for me, but, like, some of them might come off like more like roar. And I do realize sometimes that I do need to soften up, but there's times where that's how the message comes from me, and I'm not meaning or intending to sound like I'm, bullying people into showing themselves, or, pushing people to show themselves. Every message that us as people who put out messages is not going to resonate with everyone, but within us all, we have soul contracts to push certain buttons, to press on certain things inside, to give that, and especially with the show yourself video, I already have more than I didn't do it with the intention. I wasn't thinking of specific people. I'm not pointing people out. So if you feel pointed out, maybe it's because you're being really pushed to show yourself somehow. It doesn't mean it's on YouTube. But if that video triggered you thinking, like, who is she to tell me to show myself? We do our things all in due time. Yes, we do. But if it triggered you to think you were, being told what to do, well, then maybe the message was for you. Because I know already, like I was, saying and kind of digressed, that I've already seen transparency where there wasn't the same amount of transparency before in certain people's videos. I've already seen, the ripple effect of people who already showing themselves more. And that's why I'm here. It's not because I think I'm better or awesome because I'm showing myself. I'm doing this because that's what I'm guided to do. And I know that when I was guided to start, I pushed it off a long time. Even after I did start, I deleted a lot of videos. It's all our processes, our paths are different. But I know that when I'm in resistance and I don't put out the messages that I'm guided to, that it's me that suffers. It's me that, I'll get a headache, I'll get a stomach ache, I'll lose all that energy that was wanting and pushing and asking and needing to come out. if I resist it, then it's me that's, suffering, not feeling amazing. And that's why today when I was at the grocery store, part of me is like, oh man, some places already don't have all these things. And that's been my biggest thing, is when I find my state of grace, when I find my bliss, I get shy. I don't want to share it because I don't want to feel like I'm bragging, but I'm resisting what I'm supposed to be showing, which is that joy and that bliss. So today, when it was like I was seeing all that, a part of me, was saying to myself, like, some people don't have this. You showing it's gonna maybe hurt somebody. And it's like, yeah, but that's not the intention behind. The intention behind is to show that it's not as bad as what some people are saying in some places, and just, you know, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. My syncs, my songs, everything. I saw one of, people who've been watching me for a while, like, um, some of my biggest syncs and triggers come from when I'm driving, and transport trucks is a big thing for me. And I saw a white truck like I'd never seen before with a lion's head. You know, last year I actually saw this dude, just the lining of it, but this almost exact dude. And today I saw it was different, not exactly the same, but the same type of style, like that Viking-y, like just like, that I love. And the transport was called Leo. And it was like, wow, I've never seen this one before. I didn't get a chance to see the plates. I didn't get a chance to see anything else but the outline of the lion and the Leo, which, is completely in sync with the video I made this morning of saying that the Leo, the lion energy, is in the air. I'm gonna link Cory's video in the description box. I think that that's it that I have inside to flow for now. Yeah, be done for now. Thank you for being with me on this journey. I'm grateful